Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Shadows of Undrentide. We're in the Aoist encampment, and I'm gonna get started by taking Musharok's quest. So, he wants to sell the wine that the Aoists here make. He's offering to pay you a bunch of money for it. Now, this woman grows the plants for the wine. However, she is not really in charge of it. However, all she'll do really is send you off to speak to the minister, the Aoist minister, who's technically in charge of the place. Even though they like to say no one's really in charge here. But, as in any society, someone must be in charge. And so you gotta talk to the minister in order to get permission to use the wine. And there's some other stuff that goes on in here, too. So you can steal some wine from that table if you want to, and you're quick enough. This is the guy I'm here to meet. I just converted her to my religion for 1,000 experience. So he told you that he and his archaeologist pals were digging up some very, very old Netherese ruins down in the Valley of the Winds behind the Aoist encampment when a portal opened and a cloaked woman came through with an army of demonic creatures that killed all of his people. He barely made it out alive and limped back to town after playing dead for a while, which is why he was hurt over here. Alright, so he wants, like, what was it? He considers sharing his profits with the temple. That's what they want if he's going to sell the wine, which he'll agree to pretty readily. Because, you know, it's, gonna bring in more money either way, so what's losing some of the potential money when you're going to get more money? So he gave me 2,000 gold. And I think I should probably go tell the minister about that. Because the 2,000 gold was my finder's fee, basically. And then another 1,000 XP. Now, the last thing you want to do, talk to him about AO. And then he'll eventually give you a test. So, lighter than air, heavier than mountains, longer than a river, shorter than breath, without end, yet always finished. What am I? So let's see here. Lighter than air, longer than a river, shorter than a breath. I think that's pain, actually. But I don't know if it actually matters what you tell him, because all these people start saying you're an avatar of AO. At Rifkin to drive him away. And I think, if I remember right, oh no, he wants you to speak to all of them individually. Sure, I'll just do that to heal him. Nothing.
Welcome to you.
I'm not even sure what it was I just cast.
you.
So he gave me an amulet, and then a ring of protection +3. I thought there was something else.
Hello. I greet you. I greet.
Huh. I don't know, last time I was here, somehow I got XP out of it. I think it's if you don't do what those other people want. And then only speak to the one guy. Well, whatever, let's head over to the Valley of the Winds. Yeah, so you get 1,000 XP just for entering this place. It's kind of a waste of time to try to clear out the whole map. So I think there's a little bit to loot out here in the camp. There's a lot of dead people on the ground. Because the few people that were still outside got very quickly swarmed. Some bodies can be searched. I'm fairly certain that's everything. Yeah. So there's a dying guy next to the entrance, and then that'll be all of them. All the workers are dead after that. Challenge rating effortless. Can I actually kill these things or something? No, that's kind of weird. Okay, so I hate these ruins. They have a number of secret rooms in them that have like basilisks and like some kind of weird funky machine. I never really figured them out, so I'm not going to be fully covering those in detail. These chains, they'll drop rocks on your head that'll hurt you a little bit. But usually pulling the chain 3 times... Ow, that was a lot of damage. Drop some stuff in the rubble for you to pick up. Like 1 gold piece. Parts of the ceiling will also collapse on you as you walk around. And Herodias' demonic army that Garrick said attacked him and his people were slots, which are all over this place. Oh, I'm not beefed up. That's not great. I forgot about that. Hold up, everyone. There we go. What the? How in the world did I manage that? Kill him before he starts regenerating. So this door right here leads over to the really big open room in the middle of the place. But you can't actually get to it because it's collapsed, so you have to use a different entrance. Right.
Perish as you should.
A lot of traps are linked to statues like this throughout the game. These armor stands are invincible.
Attack has no effect.
Yeah, you can't get through them. One of them will come to life and attack you eventually. All the others are immortal.
Perish as you should. Let the earth take you.
Alright, this is a viable entrance to the middle area. I prefer to approach it from the other side so I can clear out the rest of these ruins in the process. Yeah, there's either one secret room that then connects to another room with the big weird machine thing I mentioned, or there are two rooms, because there's one with some kind of machine that can make potions or something like that. It's kind of weird with these various ingredients that I've been finding around the place. Oh wow. What did I just have? Banishment, right? And then there's a chamber that has basilisks in it, which will turn you to stone if they look at you and you fail a save. And I think they're both located on the left side of the ruins. But I've only found the areas by sheer dumb luck while walking around. And the rewards that are in them are just not worth the effort. Got a green slot in here. Worshipping the mystery orb. This thing is some kind of funky object that can be... I think it gives you an item if you cast certain magic on it. I think that's immunity to web. Yeah. Let me see. All power be to the eternal reign of the Netheril Empire. Let none pull us under our collective knowledge and might. Cast your magic. They should gather here and be magnified. Call upon those most protective of spells. Draw them into the orb. So yeah, protective spells can be cast on this thing. What happens if I do this? Nothing. How about this one? I think you have to cast several on it. There we go. And now I have this thing. Flame Lash, Gust of Wind. I don't know what that does. Filled with magic, amplify the magical powers that Netheril. What other wonders this race might have been capable of before they were destroyed? Fill your imagination with great desire. So if I put it and then do that. Whoa. Oh, the things that you cast. You can use a shield with the staff? That's interesting. I didn't know that. So if you can't cast magic, you can't do anything with the spell. This is going to attack me. You can get a fancy Netherese axe off of this armor stand. And he was worth 12. That's twice as much as most of what I fight. Oop. Yeah, let's just preemptively wipe this room out. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was hoping it would do. The range on Earthquake is not as big as it should be. Just watch. I'm gonna have no one to sell that to. before finishing this chapter, I could go back and sell things. I probably should, actually, because the guy who you can sell things to in the final chapter gives you absolute garbage prices on everything. I don't understand why he does that. I'll tell him to attack someone, and he'll just turn away and swing at someone else when it comes time for him to attack. So have I leveled up at all in Shadows of Undrentide yet? I think I did once, right? Near to the start. Yeah, and I'm pretty close again. I usually don't level up a whole lot, because it's just not worth much experience. The quests are, but the enemies are all pretty weak. Hail Giant Strength. At least these red slots don't seem to be able to summon more red slots. I did think that was kind of a brainless change the enhanced editions made. Like, why in the world can just the most weak of slotty conjure up more of them? I think that guy's stuck in a corner. Yeah, there's secret doors around this portion. I think this is the Shield Guardian room. Yeah, he's a high-level Shield Guardian.
Let the earth take you.
It's trying to defend that corpse behind it. That's the person that created it. Oh, wow, no loot for that one. And you can speak to him, he'll give you some information. Oh, I just shut him down. I didn't know you could short-circuit him, that's interesting. Now let's kill him. Yeah, you know, XP and all that. I don't think he drops anything, but I'll stick around and find out. Shield Guardians were apparently very popular in ancient Netheril. They actually are a plot point in the last chapter. Alright, so in the great big open room here, we'll find some Sloths and some Formians fighting with one another. I'll just take care of this. Gotcha. So Formians, while not particularly evil, I'm not a very big fan of. I mean, they attack me on sight. I think originally they think I'm in league with the Slotty, but eventually, while going through their nest, which is in this hole in the ground, which I think the Sloths accidentally discovered, and then were suddenly drawn into conflict with them, they will eventually give you an item that will let you summon some of them to fight against the Sloths, but I always just wipe out the nest. Whoever made this game in Horde of the Underdark really had a liking for Formians. So this is going to attack. This is going to, yeah, Mouse takes the rat takes the thing and tries to run. Just kill it and take the diamond back. I don't know why that's even a thing in the game. So we'll go through the Formian hive. Now it's littered with warriors and workers. Apparently they're immune to elemental damage. Interesting. I don't know if they're evil or not. I think they're just neutral. They're intelligent. Well, the basic ones aren't very intelligent. But they have a queen who's as intelligent as anything else and has telepathic abilities. She's the one who makes them attack you. Yeah, see, there she is in my head. Eventually, we'll tear through this place. She'll realize you're not a slog, and say that two of us should gang up on our common enemy. Normally, all of them would then become allies so that you couldn't attack them. Since I've got it on the harder rules, though, they will remain vulnerable. And so I'll just kill my way through the whole hive, and then bring down the queen at the end of it. It's a very linear and yet labyrinthian design to this place. Actually, that's exactly what a labyrinth is. It's not really a maze. It has one way forward. That way is just fraught with peril. I think it's about, if you look at the map, since we go in a big loop and then curve back towards the middle, I think it's about halfway along the top of the map is when they stop fighting you on their own. Oh wow, they're immune to that. I was immune to that. How was I immune to that? Yeah, as you can see as well, they're a very gem-heavy race. They've got gems everywhere. Because they dig a bunch of stuff up, they're ever expanding the hive. There goes my spell staff protections. I know I had gotten that thing last time with my wizard. That's why I knew you just had to keep stacking protections onto it. I didn't remember the specifics of it. And I don't think I ever used it. Because most games I don't play magic users, and so I get to that point, and then can't really do anything with it, so I just leave it there. I want to know how they got chests. Because there are several chests throughout this place filled with the gems they've dug up. That woman I converted to my religion out there was, if you're not a cleric or a paladin, I don't think you can convert her. What you can do is tell her she should go back to Lathander, I believe. And then if you manage to convince her of that, she'll leave. And you'll get the XP. It's a pile of warriors. I think this here is the last group of warriors that you must kill. Yeah, right through this door, I believe is... yeah. But, no. Ow. This weakens me. I think it strengthens me. Yeah, they non-hostile again. But no! My craziness will not be reasoned with. I never use that sphere. Maybe it'd be much better to take them up on their offer. If you were actually leveled for this area.
Let the earth take you.
The only situation I could think that they were given to you for was to kill the Grey Slot and his little cabal that's guarding the portal at the end. Through the double doors that were behind where I was fighting, or I killed those other Formians and slots. There was a little area up there. That's where the portal is that Herodias opens and goes through. It takes you to Undrentide. That's where that portal goes. And Undrentide is one of the ancient Netherese flying cities that fell when their archwizard accidentally cut off all magic to the material plane, and in so doing caused all the cities to fall in a moment, bringing in like 1 second the entirety of the Netherese Empire into nothingness. However, those cities are filled with powerful magical things. So if Herodias could actually take control of one and get it back into the air, she'd be very difficult for anyone to stop. Oh, here come the mirror marks. The second strongest of all the Formians. 2 of them guard the queen at all times. And they're worth more than the others. Alright, nothing left but the queen, I think. Hi. Oh, that's an Abidazines. Ow. She was about to use another one. And she was worth 73 XP, which is a lot. Alright, climbing the boulder then brings you out here, with some Minogons and a little more loot. But these Minogons are marginally stronger than regular ones. If you look at their weapons, those are Netherese axes rather than regular great axes. And I believe being on this side of the secret door makes you detect it right away. Alright, let's head back to the Aoist camp. I can sell to Musharraq. And if he won't buy the traps, I can sell them to Katriana as well. And then once that's done, I'll head back and deal with the portal. Which is a whole annoying mess all its own. Actually, I'll kill the remaining enemies here. That way I don't have to worry about my protections. Well, I'll need my protections anyway. Nah, never mind. Does buy traps. Oh, nice. That ointment there can reverse flesh to stone. In case you get hit by a basilisk, or in case a companion gets hit by a basilisk or a medusa. Because if you get hit by one of those, it's game over. It didn't used to be. It used to be just a really long timer that you'd be stuck on and then you get free. But I got petrified in one of my more recent games, and then it ended the game, like shortly thereafter. So that is what happens now. 6,300 for the spell staff. There we go. Can I actually buy AOist wine from him? Yeah, for 150. Finest wine found outside of Elven lands. Does anything happen if you drink it? Intelligence decreased. That's just what I needed. Okay, so now we're headed back. So Herodias charges through a portal that's like locked with a puzzle, basically. You gotta open it. Once you finish dealing with all the slot and approach the puzzle, Drogon appears. Because Halasar contacted him. and told him that you had met up with him and what he had discovered, that what you had was a mythal. And so Drogon's going to work with you to open the portal, find Herodias, and stop her before she does whatever it is she's planning on doing. The moment you open the portal, though, it starts collapsing the place, and Drogon uses his magic to hold it open, tells you to go after her and kill Herodias, and if you can't do that, smash the mythal, because the magical explosion will kill you and her, but she cannot be allowed to get the mythal, it's too strong. He then... And by the way, yeah, Herodias is the former apprentice of Balfernon, that lich whose mummified hand was found in the very first chapter. Oh yeah, then Drogon dies when the place collapses, you go after her, and when you go to confront her, she just takes her hood off, turns you to stone, takes the amulet, and walks away. And that's where the second chapter ends. So let's approach the portal. Find her going through it. That there is the Grey Slod. There she goes. And the portal shuts down. Ow. He was worth 24. And then you go upwards, and piff, there's Drogon. Okay. So he wants you to help him figure out how to activate the portal. It's pretty simple, but seems complex. So first of all, we're going to want to drop something next to each of these pillars. And you're going to want everything you drop to look different. So, yeah, that just looks like a bag. I think rings and helmets also just look like bags. I've already dropped a potion. I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of everything I had. All the extra loot. And then there's 3 more on the other side. And one's got a torch. Yeah, so the torch there is the clue on how you're supposed to figure this out. Let's drop this. And then I can put down my shield. Nothing else will attack you, so feel free to drop whatever you need to. Now, if you look through the crystal ball at the top, it'll show you this pillar with the torch in front of it. And then you press the pillar, the first one lights up. Drogon is just kind of trying things on it. And then once you press one of the buttons, you search the thing again. So that's the one with the bag in front of it. And that's literally the entire puzzle. It's frankly more tedious than anything else because you have to keep running back and forth. Games really need to get it through their thick skulls that people don't like tedium for the sake of tedium. It's not fun. It's tedious. But game developers have to know the difference, right? I mean, when you do this for a living, you must have at least some sense. shield one, so then I only need to look through it one more time. Because the last one will be the correct answer. Or the last one, it'll only leave one more, and so I wouldn't need to see it. My item's got that weird glow to it. Doesn't matter, this episode won't go on for too much longer. Alright, so we got the potion room, then the crossbow. Alright, that's all of them. 500 XP, you'll run out. Drogon will be like, good work, and then everything goes very, very south. So he sits here to maintain the place for a few seconds more so you can get out, and then it collapses, the trap goes off and kills him. I think he kept the place from actually collapsing by drawing all of the magical energy into himself, which then, you know, killed him. Okay, so we're in this, like, dark crypt-like area with statues everywhere. There's also some weird lizard folk type creatures. All the statues are worth XP, so I destroy them all. Naturally. Asabi. There's a bunch of Asabi. I wasn't sure it was actually Asabi, but it looks like it is. They're out here because a tribe of them lives around and inside the ruins for the time being. There's an Asabi merchant prince who runs the place. After you get turned into a statue, he's the one that sets you free from that, because his slaves bring him the only valuable thing they can find, which is you, while the city starts to fly, which could be disastrous for all of their health, because Herodias' plan is to use the Mythal to make Undrentide fly again. And then the merchant prince sees you, recognizes immediately that you're actually a petrified being, and then puts a slave collar on you. It says it'll... And then I think he does something else that will revitalize you in a few hours, and then just goes back to his work. And then you wake up, but you have a slave collar on. What he plans on doing with that is just making you kill some stuff. We'll get to that in the future. It keeps you from harming him or going too far away. Is the basic gist of its capabilities. What exactly that implies for the actual gameplay portion is for the next chapter. The only reason he knows that you're petrified is because the Asabi apparently used to move slaves across the Enarok Desert that way. They petrify them and then just carry them. Because while they're heavier, it also means they don't have to drink anything or eat anything. They can't complain or fight back. You just have to carry some statues, which is much easier. Alright, and that's everything. This ruined temple up here is the entrance to Undrentide, the only part of it that's left. The rest is buried under the sands, which is why it rising would be a bit disastrous. And Herodias is waiting for us up top.
Not the dwarven mage trope.
And then your stone. She took the crystal, and then she ports out. And that's where the end of this chapter is. You stuck here. I'll just skip that, head on to the next one. That's a cinematic. The Asabi females find you, brought you back to their merchant prince, who then put the collar on you. And they're just over there trying to get the entrance collapsed after they entered, because, you know, the city started to rise. And so, yeah, now we're in the final chapter. So, I'm going to end this one here, then. I don't know how long the last chapter will take. I'd say between 2 and 4 episodes, somewhere in there. And we'll see once I start actually doing stuff. Maybe, probably 3. I'd say that's a safe estimate. But, again, I don't know. We'll have to actually start playing through it and see. But that is all for this one. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.